Good evening, everybody. Today is the 25th of September, as according to the old calendar. I'm, of course, Reader Lazar. Welcome to Voice of British Orthodoxy. I don't actually know what order I'm going to do this in, but we have a lot of saints today, both in the group chat and in the book. So I think we'll start off with Saint Geoffrey, also known as Ceolfrid, and he's from the 8th century. A native of of Northumbria, Saint Geoffrey received monastic tonsure at Gilling in Yorkshire in England. He spent some time at Ripon before settling at Wearmouth, Jarrow, where he succeeded St Benedict Biscop, who we will commemorate on the 12th of January, as abbot of the great monastic centre. St Ceolfrid is remembered as the teacher of St Bede the Venerable, who we commemorated back on the 25th of May, and for producing the Codex Animatus, the oldest surviving one-volume copy of St Jerome's Vulgate. Saint Geoffrey reposed at Langres in France in AD 716, whilst on a pilgrimage to Rome. His relics were later translated to Wearmouth, Jarrow, where he was enshrined. He does have a... so the entry in the group chat says Saint Ceolfrid, also known as Ceolfrid or Geoffrey, abbot of Wearmouth Jarrow Monastery, a Northumbrian who became monk at Gilling in Yorkshire in England, from where he went to Ripon and later to Wearmouth. Eventually he became abbot of Wearmouth Jarrow for 26 years. He is remembered for inspiring St Bede and also producing the Codex Animatus, the oldest surviving copy of the Vulgate, in one complete volume. He reposed at Langres in France on his way to Rome. According to the... wait, let me just bring it up. He does have a... if I just bring this across... He does have a Troparion in tone 2. Rejoice, Christians of Northumbria, for the Lord hath brought forth the Holy One from your midst. He tended monasticism and learning as a precious vine, bearing abundant fruit to the glory of God. Now that the name of Saint Geoffrey is inscribed in the Book of Life, pray with us that he may intercede for us all. And remember, that is sung in tone 2. Who's the next saint? Oh, okay. We can... So, he is mentioned in the... Does he actually have an entry? So, there's nothing in the group chat, but his entry in the book is, there is little more to support the existence of St Caian than the presence of a church dedicated to him at Troparion in Angelsey, dating from the 14th century. The name Troparion is Welsh for Caian settlement. We are unsure as to the time St Caian might have lived, as some sources place him in the 6th century, whilst others, which are more credible, claim that St Caian lived in the 5th century and was either a son or grandson of the great Welsh king, Saint Brychan of Brychan. According to this, he does have a tone 8 Troparion. The noble Brychan, obeying God's will, bestowed on the church a galaxy of saints to illumine our land. As in Angelsey thou didst labour for Christ, O holy I don't know how to pronounce it, but Caian. Cease not in thy labour of prayer, that we may be granted salvation for our souls. Right. Do we have Finbar in here? Finbar is in the... Yes, he is. He is in the group. He is in the book as well. Saint Bar, also known as Finbar or Baracus, 6th century. Also, Caian is from the 5th century, by the way. And Saint Bar is from the... Finbar is from the 6th century. Saint Bar was born in Connaught in Ireland, and after completing his studies and receiving monastic tonsure, he is said to have returned to his home where he lived on a small island. He believed to have founded several small churches in surrounding area. The culmination of his life's work was the founding of a monastic school at Loughair, which became the foundation of the city of Cork, where he served as first bishop. Saint Finbar reposed at Cloyne in County Cork after serving as Bishop of Cork for 16 years, though the exact dates of his life are not known. So, there's another entry here, but I'm mostly here for the Troparion. Troparion, tone 4. Truly thou art hymned, O Hierarch Finbar, as a father of monastics and shepherd of souls, seeing our plight and feeling for us in a great necessity. Cease not to intercede with Christ our God, that he will raise up in our days pastures of thy stature, to lead us into the way of truth. Finbar of Cork, bracket Barry, first Bishop of Cork, C.633 is all that's in the group, and today's next saint will be... And I guess our final saint for today is Caddoc the Wise. Okay, we have an issue. He's not actually... So he is in the group chat, but he's not in the book. So, since I'm not gonna... I mean, this can be up here for those of you that want to read it, but I will read the next entries, which will be Egelred, and he is from the 9th century. St. Egelred was a monk at Crowland Abbey in Lincolnshire, England, and is numbered among the countless brethren martyred during the sack of the abbey by the heathen Danes in AD 870. I assume he has a book entry. Oh, yeah. Egelred, a monk at Crowland Abbey in England, martyred with his abbot and many others by the heathen Danes. Our next entry will be St. Finbar from the 7th century. A bishop in the west of Scotland, St. Finbar is said to have been consecrated by Pope St. Gregory the Dialogist. There is no further information of his life extant. The group chat entry pretty much just says St. Finbar, a bishop in the west of Scotland, bracket 7th century. And our final saint of the day, at the very actually no, our second from last saint, forgive me, is St. Murog, and her date is unknown. St. Murog was a Welsh saint, the details of whose life has not survived. St. Murog, a female saint in Wales, no details of her life exist, is what the group chat says. And then we have our, I guess, final entry, which is St. Caddoc, abbot of Llancarfan. St. Caddoc the Wise, abbot of Llancarfan, 580. He was the son of St. Gwynilwa and St. Gladys. He doesn't seem to have a... But that's fine. He doesn't seem to have a Troparion, so I will just go back to... Huh. Good to see that this quote has popped up. Right, how many entries is that for today? In the group chat, we've got one that's not in the book, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that should be in the book, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, today is 6, 7 if we don't include the one in the book. Okay, I'm gonna end this here. God bless you all. I've been Raider Lazar. God bless you all, and Amen.